Samir Shamsuddin from OsiriXUKusergroup.org. Today I shall be demonstrating on basic user interface of OsiriX Viewer. The OsiriX software can be downloaded from www.osirixviewer.com, and the old versions of OsiriX are available from www.osirixviewer.com/oldversions.html. Once you have downloaded and installed OsiriX, you can launch OsiriX from your dock board by clicking the OsiriX icon. Once you launch OsiriX, this is how your OsiriX will look like. This contains a top menu bar where my cursor is pointing just now, which has an Apple icon, meaning that this is working on an Apple platform, followed by OsiriX, which is the software which is currently running on your computer, followed by further menu options for that software, like any menu options you see in a PowerPoint, Word, PDF, etc. So OsiriX menu bar contains File, Network, Edit, Format, 2D Viewer, 3D Viewer, ROI, Plugins, Windows, Help functions, and each one of this menu bar contains a sub-function which can be selected. After this menu bar, what you are seeing on the screen is called as a database window, which is divided into two sections. A large square box, which is the database, wherein you can see all your cases, and a small section on the left hand side, which is the albums and sources, which contains information on where you have stored these cases. Let me take you through step by step on this interface. The top section of this large box is called as toolbar. This contains icons like import, export, PDF to DICOM, anonymize, etc. These are actually shortcut functions to the options which is available under the menu bar. You can customize this toolbar by clicking on the format button and then click customize toolbar, and then you can actually drag and drop from this box into your toolbar, either to add or to delete. And once you have optimized your toolbar, click done. And the second section of this database window is your cases, which you have already imported in OsiriX. The box below this, you can see that the cases are getting changed as I click on different cases within the database window, which is actually the quick DICOM viewer, just to make sure that you are selecting the case that you actually want to select. Make sure that you uncheck this box in the bottom of the screen on the right hand side, which says autoplay. If you click and check this box, the case automatically scrolls, but I would prefer this one to be unchecked so that you can actually scroll through the series as and when you want. So when you select a case from the database, that will display all the examinations under this case or all the series which are under this case. So this is a knee MRI which contains series information plus a report. So by selecting each thumbnail, you can actually scroll through one of these series in the quick viewer. When you double click any of this, that will open a viewer window. Before you open the viewer window, it will ask you with a prompt saying this is not meant for clinical use and this is only for research purpose. So just click I agree. And that will open up a viewer window. So viewer window is exactly similar to database window, except that instead of the name of the case, you are actually going to view the case in this window. Again, a similar interface with a menu bar which contains multiple function options, followed by a toolbar which again can be customized by clicking on the format button customize toolbar, and then you can actually drag and drop the functions which you actually want, like this, to add, or drag it out of the box to delete from the toolbar. And once you are done, just click done. To scroll through the image, you can use the scroll function on your mouse or on your keyboard to go through the case. To open a separate series in a new window, you can use secondary click, which on a Mac platform is command click, or if you have optimized right click function through system preferences, you can use right click. So that will open the second window. Similarly, you can open multiple other windows, and this is called as magnetic window in Mac, and that will automatically align onto your screen. So to close this window, you can select the cross button and close whichever window you do not want to see. Right, in the toolbar you have got functions which says database. By clicking on this icon, that will take you back to the database screen, followed by a window styling. Actually, you can organize your screen the way you want. There you go. So if you select single screen, then that will come up with a single screen window, followed by information on annotations. You can keep it as none, graphic, basic, or full. And similarly, you can scroll through a different series by clicking on the series icon, or a next patient by clicking on the next button. So these are the important tools on your toolbar. This is the windowing button. So if you click windowing button, you can actually window the image. If you click on the zoom button, you can zoom the image. By clicking on the pan button, you can move the images around. By clicking on the stack button, you can stack through the image. So if you get lost, like just the way it is on the screen now, you can click on the reset button, and that will bring back to the original settings. So this is the basic user interface of the viewer window. If you do not want to see the thumbnails on the left side, you can actually drag this away so that you can take the thumbnail section off. And if it is hidden and you want to see, just drag the sidebar towards your right side, and that will bring the screen information. Sometimes the thumbnail screen may be visible, but the thumbnails itself may not be visible. That's because it may be hidden within the top icon. So if you click again and it says show series, it will show all the series information. Now it's all available for viewing, and it also says hide series. So by clicking again, it will hide the series information. So you can toggle between show series and hide series from here. So let me close the viewer window, and that brings us back to the database window. Here on the left hand side, you can see that all these cases are stored under local default database, and you also see that there are multiple albums like test1, test2, and test4. You can actually create a new album by clicking on the plus icon here and giving it a name. So I'll give this a name called as album, and say OK. And if you want to add cases to album, just click on the case and then drag and drop into the album that you have just created. And when you click on this album, that will show the case within that album. In this way, you can actually organize your cases into chest, GI, neuro, or a number of different albums as you wish. And this works exactly similar to the albums in iTunes. So if you want to delete an album, so select an album and click minus, and then say OK, and that will delete the album information. So this is how you organize OsiriX database, and this is a small introduction to OsiriX user interface. Hope you liked it. Thank you.